Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 28th of September 2018. We're going to reflect on Luke chapter 9, 18 to 22. Once when Jesus was praying in solitude and the disciples were with him, he asked them, "Who do the crowd say that I am?" They said in reply, "John the Baptist, others Elijah, still others one of the ancient prophets." Then he said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter said in reply, "The Christ of God." He rebuked them and directed them not to tell this to anyone. He said, "The Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised." The Gospel of the Lord. One day Jesus asks his apostles, "Who do you say I am?" When Peter answers correctly, "The Christ of God," Jesus directs him and the other apostles not to tell anyone. It is a strange request because eventually he needs everyone to know who he is. So why does he forbid them from telling anyone? And this is not the only time he has done this. At the start of his ministry, he was tempted by the devil in the wilderness, who tried to get him to admit to who he was. "If you are the Son of God," the devil said, "throw yourself down." He challenged Jesus. This you'll find it in Matthew 4:6. Later, demons he encountered often shouted, "You are the Son of God," but he rebuked them and would not allow them to speak because they knew that he was the Messiah. So why? While there are undoubtedly several possible reasons, the most likely one has to do with the popular misconceptions of the Messiah held by the Jews of Jesus' time. See, they were expecting the coming of a glorious liberator who would set them free from the Roman yoke. If a demon were to prematurely blurt out that Jesus was the Messiah without them understanding what the real purpose of the Messiah was, there could have been great confusion. We can see this misunderstanding happening with the apostles too. After Peter made this declaration, Jesus tells them his true identity. He says that the Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised. But Peter doesn't understand. As Matthew tells the story, Peter took Jesus aside and began to rebuke him. "Never, Lord," he said, "this shall never happen to you." And Jesus, of course, rebuked him in turn, saying, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to man. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns." It was only on Palm Sunday that he allowed his disciples to speak of his identity. They proclaimed, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord." Now, to be a Christian is to share in this identity of Christ, or we will make the same mistake the Jews made. Think about it. God bless you.